Okay, so today we're going to take a deep dive into something I think a lot of people probably don't think about too much,
Yeah.
and that is what teachers eat for breakfast.
Oh, interesting.
You know, it's sort of like this hidden world, and we've got some really interesting source material here, a bunch of forum posts from teachers talking about their, morning routines or lack thereof,
Yeah.
um,
Ah,
and the challenges they face when it comes to, just getting something in their stomach before they have to deal with, a classroom full of kids.
right. Yeah, I mean, it's a demanding job, and I imagine mornings are probably pretty hectic.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna kind of dive into that and see what kind of insights we can glean about the common experiences and challenges they face when it comes to breakfast.
Awesome. Let's do it.
So one thing that jumped out at me right away was just how many teachers are skipping breakfast altogether.
Really.
Yeah, there were so many comments that were just like nothing usually, or I don't have time. And when you think about it, a lot of these teachers are starting their day super early. Like we saw one post mentioning a 5:45 a.m. start time.
Oh my gosh.
So you can see how, personal needs might take a back seat when you're up before the sun trying to get ready for the day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're rushing out the door that early, breakfast is probably the last thing on your mind.
Exactly. And it almost makes you wonder if for some teachers, dinner has kind of become the new breakfast.
Dinner as breakfast? What do you mean?
Well, we saw a few posts from teachers who said their first real meal isn't until lunchtime or even later.
Wow. So they're going like the whole morning without eating anything.
Yeah, pretty much. And one teacher even described it as like running on fumes all morning.
Oh man, that can't be good for you.
And then there was this other post that really stuck with me. This teacher was talking about how she was so busy one morning that she ended up eating like a half-eaten student sandwich crust.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was kind of a funny story, but also kind of sad at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows how frantic things can be.
And this whole pattern of skipped or delayed meals, it seems to be connected to something else we saw in the forum posts too.
Oh, what's that?
This kind of unexpected phenomenon of what some people are calling the teacher slim down.
The teacher slimmed down. I've never heard that.
Yeah, so it's not like intentional weight loss or anything. It's more like an unintended consequence of the job.
Oh, so they're losing weight because they're so busy and not eating enough.
Exactly. Like there was this one teacher who said he lost 20 pounds in his first year of teaching.
Wow.
And then there were some jokes about starting a teacher diet, because apparently it's pretty effective for weight loss.
Yeah, but probably not in the healthiest way.
Right. Definitely not something to aspire to.
So if they're not eating breakfast, what are they doing just drinking coffee all morning?
You're actually spot on because coffee seems to be like the go-to fuel for a lot of teachers.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. There's this one post that said, no breakfast or lunch for me, one coffee, then a big dinner.
So basically they're relying on caffeine to get them through the day.
Pretty much, it's like their liquid breakfast.
Yeah, and while I get that it's convenient, it's probably not the most sustainable way to fuel your body.
Yeah, I mean, ideally you'd want something more substantial, but when you're crunched for time, coffee seems to be the easiest option.
Right.
But it's not all doom and gloom when it comes to teacher breakfasts.
Oh, good.
There were also some teachers who shared some quicker and easier options that they managed to squeeze in.
That's good to hear.
Like one teacher said they have milk and a banana every day.
Oh, that's pretty simple and healthy.
Exactly. It's like a classic combo. And if you have those few minutes to spare, it's a pretty decent way to start the day.
Yeah, for sure.
And then another popular option that kept popping up was overnight oats.
Overnight oats, those are pretty trendy right now.
Yeah, they are. And for good reason. I mean, they're super easy to make ahead of time, which is perfect for busy mornings.
Yeah, so you just like prep them the night before and then grab them and go in the morning?
Exactly. And one teacher even said, overnight oats to the rescue if I have time in the AM.
So even with the prep, it still comes down to having those extra few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it shows how tight their schedules really are.
And you know, it's interesting. There was this one comment that really made me chuckle.
Oh, what was that?
This teacher was talking about how his kids always say, Daddy eats coffee for breakfast. And they are correct.
That's hilarious.
It's so true, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of busy people, especially parents, can relate to that.
Oh, absolutely. It's like coffee is the universal language of busy mornings.
And you know, when time is really tight, you see some teachers getting super creative with their breakfast hacks.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Like one teacher said they eat cereal out of a cup in the car.
Oh, wow. That's dedication.
And another one said they grab a banana during morning attendance. Multitasking at its finest.
Exactly. It's like they're finding these little pockets of time to squeeze in some fuel.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
And then there were the teachers who were super organized and meal prepping their breakfasts on Sundays.
Oh, yeah. That's a good strategy.
Like, they'd make a big batch of overnight oats with just oats milk or water and some dried fruit, and then they'd have breakfast ready to go for the whole week.
So smart.
And then, of course, there's the fallback plan for when even the best laid plans go awry.
What's that?
The coffee and crackers combo.
Ah, classic.
Yeah, and specifically Belvita crackers. Apparently, they're like a teacher's best friend.
They do have that whole breakfast biscuit thing going on.
Yeah, and one teacher even mentioned having a Costco-sized box of them on hand.
They're always prepared.
Always.
It's funny though, right? Like even with all the planning and prepping, some teachers are still so pressed for time that they're finishing their breakfast during their commute.
Oh, yeah, we saw a few posts about that, like people eating their overnight oats on the way to school.
It just shows how every minute counts for them.
So, yeah, I think the biggest takeaway here is that lack of time is like the defining factor when it comes to teacher breakfasts.
Yeah, it really seems to dictate everything from whether they eat it all to what they eat and how they eat it.
Exactly. It's like this constant time crunch that
Yeah.
leads to this whole spectrum of solutions from skipping meals to these super efficient on-the-go options.
It really makes you think about how the pressures of our own schedules, even beyond breakfast, might be shaping our daily routines and the choices we make in ways we don't even realize.
Yeah, like are we sacrificing our own needs because we're just so caught up in the hustle and bustle of everyday life?
It's definitely something to ponder.
Food for thought.
Literally.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All right, well, that's our deep dive into teacher breakfasts.
fascinating stuff.
It is always interesting to get a glimpse into other people's lives and see how they navigate the challenges of their day-to-day.
Absolutely.
So until next time, happy eating, everyone.